What's up, everybody? We're back with another video. I'm not sure what to call this. We might call it like a car series. So I just kind of sit in my car and just you guys everything that's going on. But so yesterday we talked about like goals, dreams, success, failing, and trying again, and like everything that comes with that. But today we're gonna talk about like the opposite side, like that no one really talks about. That's like the silent struggles, the battles, the constant like overthinking. And so we're gonna talk about that just because I can definitely relate to that. I'm in a season where I'm reaching for my goals, but also there's like these struggles and battles that no one really sees, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. So get ready.
Okay, so
And here we go. The silent struggles, like the struggles, like starting a business, the reaching for your goals, the like standing out, just like the silent struggles where not everyone gets to see, where you're in your room and you're just like you're so overwhelmed by all the things you have to do, even though like they're like little things. They can just feel like so overwhelming. And it's just important to know that that's not where your value is in. Sometimes we think that our value is in what we can do for other people, or what we accomplished, or where we're at in life, and that's not true. Our value is within what God says about us and what God says about you, and that's what your value is. And I'm still learning that. You know what I mean? Trying to unlearn 26 years of what I thought was right, and you know what I mean, being a follower of Christ within, you know what I mean, for the past 3 years, you're unlearning so many things, and one of those things is value. You know what I mean? Even if you don't start a business, or you don't have the success that you want yet, you know what I mean, you still have value. And so so again, the silent battles, the silent struggles, the battles where like again you're in your room and you're straight up crying because you can do better. You know that there's that dream you're reaching for, and it's important to know that taking that first step in accomplishing or reaching for that dream, you're already doing like a huge step forward that most people are afraid to take. So be proud of yourself for it, even stepping out and reaching for those goals, because some people are just so afraid, and it's because of failing. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the trauma that's been passed on to them, and it's really sad. But just know that reaching for those goals, you've already made a huge leap by just doing it. And so again, like the silent battles also comes with the doubts, because you accomplish something, but then the thing you wanted to accomplish didn't come with the expectations, and so like the doubts come in, and that's really hard too, the doubts, because you can accomplish 10 goals within like 3 months, and then but that one goal you really wanted didn't get, or like that one goal you couldn't do. That's the doubt. And you have to remember that it's okay to feel those things, and you shouldn't have to like dwell on it, because the 10 goals that you accomplish is not wiped away by just the one you didn't get to do. So it doesn't undo all the work you just did. What it means is that you accomplish the small goals, and that maybe that one big goal you couldn't do is the one you really wanted. But hey, there's maybe instead of trying to accomplish 10, you accomplish 5, and those are the other 5 that are the big ones. Not, I'm going to say huge, but like are bigger than the ones you accomplished before. And so instead of taking 3 months to accomplish 10 goals, you're taking maybe 5 months to accomplish those 5 goals, and that's absolutely fine. And I had to remind myself that, you know what I mean, when you're starting something new, you can't expect it just to like take off right away. There's steps, and there's like planning, and yes, again, I'm speaking for myself. As for me, like, you know what I mean, I want it right away, but I know that with the planning and just like the like really the planning, the reaching for the goal, like it's okay to take time and not stress over like why isn't this working, or like why does it take so long, okay, like, and all these other things. It's like, hey, like, you're starting something, you're stepping into a new environment, you can't expect everything to go your way. And so that's one of those things. And also, when it comes to the doubts, you want to give up, you want to be like, well, this ain't worth it no more because it's not what I wanted, and well, it's not what I thought it was going to be. And you have to just keep going. You have to keep going. There's no reason for you to stop just because of one little bumpy little speed bump, or like one little pothole in like on your path. And so just keep going, like, you know what I mean? And it's okay to feel those things, but like once those feelings are done and you kind of just like, I'm not gonna say move on, but you just kind of like went through the emotions of those, get back to work. You know what I mean? Don't stay there. Get back to work. And I I didn't remind myself that this week. I had a meeting with my career coach for the Cross Purpose program, and man, like, it was good. Like, huge steps were made, but then also like a huge, like, it was so weird. Like, I felt like I took a huge step forward, but then like a huge step back, and it was a very weird mix of emotions. And a part of me wanted to give up, but then, you know what I mean? It's also, this is kind of where it leads into the next part, is like having those people that are in your corner who are willing to fight for you. It's so important. Having those people who are willing to fight for you and pray for you and encourage you when you want to give up is so important. Whether that's a community, like a spouse, a significant other, it's so important, because knowing that people are proud of you, even if it's one person, man, that like knowing one person is proud of you, it really, like, to me, like, when I hear that, like, someone's proud of me and they tell me that, it literally feels like lightning in me. Like, it feels like lightning runs right through me, and it makes me want to do more. It makes me want to just get back to work. No, regardless of the doubts and the giving up. It's like, okay, I felt those emotions, I went through it, but it's time to get back to work, because I know that I have someone that is rooting for me, who's fighting for me, and who believes in me so much that it's crazy. It really is crazy. And I believe in myself too, but like knowing that like you're seen, you're valued, and your efforts are like are there, and you can, and they see it, it makes such a huge difference. So again, have those people in your corner who are just fighting for you, and it's really important. So it's amazing, like, when you have it could be one person, and man, like, you'll take over the world. It's crazy. It really is. Like, it's so important too. And knowing that you're loved, and knowing that you're cared for, and that they have your back, oh, it's so, it makes like the biggest difference. It really does. And it's beautiful to know that I have people like that in my life. A very small handful of people, like, not a very lot, it's a very small handful, but they're warriors and they're soldiers, and they'll fight for me as hard as I fight for them. And it's so beautiful. It really is. And again, I actually heard this today. There's this, I don't know if you guys heard of her, the Sabrina Zohar show on Facebook. I ended up watching the video, and then she said, like, after every little thing, just say for now. So like we said, I'm struggling, to say for now. You use the term for now at the end of like those big things. We're like, I'm struggling. Well, for now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in this mess for now, you know what I mean? I don't know what to do for now, you know what I mean? What's my next step for now? You know what I mean? So just remember that behind all the success, behind all the glitz and glamour, you know what I mean, there's those silent battles, the silent struggles, the doubts, the wanting to give up, the, you know what I mean, you just crying, and that person who just comes and comforts you, and who lets you feel those emotions and rides it with you, you know what I mean? You go through the ups and downs and the 20 emotions in like 5 minutes, and they let you, and that's so comforting, because they know your heart. They know that it's coming out in a healthy way too. It's important to express your feelings, but it's important to do it in a healthy way where you're not damaging yourself or you're not hurting other people. You know what I mean? yes, yelling is beautiful. You know what I mean? It could be very helpful to yell because you're letting all of it go. You know what I mean? But don't necessarily yell at the person. You know what I mean? Yell in like the space so they don't feel attacked and you don't want to attack them. You just want to express your feelings. And if you end up yelling and screaming, that's fine. You know what I mean? To say, hey, it's not at you. I just like, you know what I mean? And it's better than doing drugs and run into alcohol and get mixed up with the wrong people. You know what I mean? If I was feeling 20 emotions in 5 minutes, yeah, of course I would yell because it's better than doing drugs and falling into like the wrong path. So yeah, again, so for now, just say for now at the end of each end, I'll end up leaving uh like her Facebook page at the bottom of in the comment section stuff so you guys can see because man, she has some really good videos too and they're really helpful. You know what I mean? They're really helpful. And so thank you guys for coming to another video about struggles, battles, all the other stuff, you know what I mean? The things that people don't see when it comes to success. I'll see you guys later. Bye.